Hello you guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your boy Icy Solar. For today's video, I'm going to be doing another Cooper Cube 6 tutorial, and for today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you guys how to display a note on the screen in first person. And yeah, with that being said, let's just jump right into this video and showcase how to do this. So this is actually really good. I'm actually going to create a room. Yeah, you guys can clear this, but since this is just a tutorial, I'm just gonna do like a little room. Alrighty, so this is done, this room. I'm just going to press OK. And as you can see, we have our little room. Yeah, so I'm not going to do it on this box. I'm actually going to go on this website. So this is lunalabs.ai, and this can actually create you 3D models for free with an AI program. And if you guys do not support AI, that's completely fine. We also have sketchfab.com, and this also does give you free models as well, again, if you do search it. Alrighty, so now that I have my 3D model, I am just going to delete this cube right now. Let's say you want like a player to, again, you want like a note, right? You want the player to look at a note. So I'm going to just press import and make sure you're doing the static 3D mesh from file. And I'm just going to open the small desk that I just made. It should pull up through. Again, it's going to be tiny. It depends on what you're downloading your model from. I'm just going to click scale, and what you want to do is make sure you are clicking this green little arrow right here, the top one. Make sure you are holding shift first and then click, because then you just push your mouse up and you just keep doing this until it gets bigger and bigger. Alright, so as you can see, it does look like you guys see the material. There's nothing on it. You're going to need to add texture, click add, and for now I'm just going to add this middle one because this website did give me my texture for it. And now you're going to want to make sure you're on your model. Make sure it has like the box, it's highlighted in the green. Go to materials, and I'm just going to use the solid one, and make sure you're clicking on the texture, and you're going to press this select texture into this slot, and then there you go. Now in order for me to preview this, you guys are going to need to add a camera. Make sure you do just this simple camera. If you want, you can collide it when it's moved, and then just press OK. And now when you click into your camera, make sure that you're going under behavior. You're going to want to add a new one, and you're going to want to do a first person player style controller, and I'm just going to keep it the way it is. And make sure you on the click can fly, because you do not want the camera to fly. And again, you guys can just move it. I'm just gonna keep it up. I like putting it like high, the camera at times, so the player is tall and not like tiny. And then put this up, and then I put this closer to the camera. And now what we actually need to do is the part where we have to start making a notebook, right? We need a note on screen. So I'm going to choose one of the free assets they gave me, which is this book. I'm just going to double click it, and as you guys can see, the book is on the screen. So again, I am going to rotate it. So again, you don't have to do it with the book, you guys can do it with other materials. So if you have your own little paper, you can place that on one of your models, and you can use one of those. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create a 2D item, and you're going to want to basically make a text like a text for the book. And again, you can keep it just in this area, and I'm gonna uncheck the mark, and I'm just gonna do draw text. Under the text is this little box right here, and what I'm gonna do is press E to open and press OK. And as you guys can see, the text is there. I do want to make it just a little bigger so that people is able to see it. So I'm just going to use the impact because I do like that font, and we can just do it for like 28, which is fine. And yeah, so here we go. We have press E to open. So now what you're going to want to do though is you're going to want to click on the book that you have. You're going to want to go to behavior, and you're going to want to add a new behavior, and you're going to want to do behaviors triggered by events, and make sure you go to the bottom one, which is when the key is pressed, do something. So when you press that, again, I'm just gonna find the E key since that's what I want. So with the edit actions, I'm not gonna do anything as of right now because I'm just gonna press OK. We will go back to this. What you're going to need to do is add another 2D item. And now make sure you are going over this text, the press E text. I'm just gonna go under here, and I'm just going to make this one invisible. See the visible, make sure it's unchecked. I am just going to rename this press just like a little word and then press enter. And now for this second one, what you're going to actually want to add is basically the paper model, right? So in order to do that, I actually already put the texture at the bottom, but yeah, just make sure you add in your paper texture for this text. So in order to do that, make sure you go to the image file, press that. Now I'm going to press this, and I'm gonna press OK, and there you go. You should have your image. Again, your paper should be a PNG. It should be some sort of image that you made either through Photoshop or some editing app that you have. And now I'm going to actually make this bigger. So what I've noticed is that when you are holding shift with this red line, make sure you have to make it like bigger somehow, but make sure it doesn't look too stretched out, which is kind of hard on the mouse, but that's fine. But yeah, I'm just going to make it in front of the screen. I'm going to add this basically in like the middle of the screen so that people are able to see this when they are playing. So there we go. I have this here, and I am going to change this background color, which you guys don't have to have a background color. I'm just going to make it darker, and I'm just going to call this paper. So now that you have your little paper for the players to see, what I am going to do now is go back into book, go to that behavior, and then we still don't have an action for it yet. So we're going to have to add one right now. So in order for this to pop up, what you're going to need to do is press the first one, which is hide or unhide your scene model. Make sure you make visible, and then you are choosing the model, which again is the paper one that I have over here. I'm going to press OK, OK again, and now with that, you're going to want to go back to your paper, which is the top right here, and you're going to make sure you make this invisible so that it does not show on the screen as of right now, because it's going to eventually. Okay, so I'm actually going to preview this for you guys. So in order for you to do that, just go under the publish. You're going to want to press this play button, and as you can see, here is my player. And now when I go over here, you see that look, nothing's popping up. And the reason for that is because we actually have not added another thing to it. So I'm just going to exit out of here. And now in order for this text to pop up, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create just a sphere. I usually just make a circle, and you're going to want to put this in front of the book, right? Make sure it's in front of the book, and make sure it's hidden, by the way, you guys. Make sure this is hidden, and I'm just going to again make this tinier So I'm gonna make sure this is hidden so nobody can see it. And then again, I am going to just put it more in the front. Now you're going to need to add, so as you guys can see, this spare effect that we have right here, you're going to give this a behavior as well. So when you click add behavior, you're going to want to go under behaviors triggered by events. You're going to want to on proximity do something. And as you can see, there's a circle here, and you're going to want to make that circle at least 30 like 6. This is actually too big, so I'm just going to put it at least like 30, 28. I'm going to put that into 28, the distance. And so now what we're going to want to do is what near to what, right? So you're going to have to click a C node, and then this will pop up. You're going to want to press select, and under here you're going to want to make sure you're clicking your camera because you want the camera to see it. And now when it enters it, you're going to want to click another action. And now when you press add, you're going to want to basically show the text. So right here, go to hide, and you're going to make sure you click make visible. And you're going to want to click the press E key that you made, that text, press E, you're going to press OK. And then you're going to press OK again. And now we do need to make another behavior, which is the same one. So we're just going to do it again. And I'm going to check here. So this one says 28 for the top one. And now for the bottom one, you just want to make that 30. Because this is when they, instead, because this one has enters, right, the radius, you're going to want to trigger it when it leaves the radius, right? So when the player leaves, you want to hide that. You want to hide that thing. So make invisible. You want to hide that text, you guys. And then again, select the text again, which is the press E text. Press OK. And again, make sure you are clicking the scene. Select the camera for the scene so that it's able to pop up. And now when you go to press publish and the play button, you're gonna see that it's here. So as you guys can see, the text is a little big, so I do have to actually make that tinier. There we go. Press E to open. And now when you do press that, it shows the paper. And so as you can see, when I'm moving, right, it's still here. Like I'm pressing E, it's not going away. So you do have the paper on the screen. So now we have to make sure this paper, we can like hide it. So this is again another easy step to hide this paper. What you're going to want to do is go under your paper model, right? This top one right here. And what you're going to want to do is make a behavior for this. A key is press do something, and I'm gonna make it press Q. So when you press Q, you're going to want to add the actions to it, which is again, we're going to make invisible. And again, make sure you click in this paper model that I named here. Press OK. Press OK again. And now make sure you are putting this back. You're hitting this again so that's not popping up in the scene. And now again, I'm going to preview it. Go up to the book. Press E. It's up on the screen. I'm going to press Q to hide it. And again, press E again. And yeah, this is how it is. And that is pretty much it for this tutorial. I really hope you guys like it. Again, if you guys want more tutorials on how to do more stuff, please comment below. And yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching.